The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set. 50, green.
They'll run here with a rookie. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You can look at this Bronco defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
95.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Let's go now. Red, 38. Steel, black. Ready?
Here's Rattler. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Rattler. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, set. Black 40. Set, hut.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Red. Claws red.
To the air is Rattler. There's Chris Olave. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
22. Steal. Check steal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ready. 22 needle. 60 red. 60 red.
Rattler wants to throw it. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On fourth down, here's Rattler. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Throwing Nix. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 65 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital. Extremely important because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun, here's Rattler. He'll get that complete to Velo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
43 rounds, 97. Here we go, set. 50, green.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's third down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. They can't tackle it. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Looking deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devon Bailey, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, there's no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. One play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten ugly. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case.
He's got it at the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
And it caught up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, and then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
26, Saints 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
It's second down.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Chris Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Nix to the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Saints 7.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Ball red. Here we go, set. Cut.
Throwing is Rattler. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Let's go. Red, 38, right through.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Ready?
Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense wanting to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
52 blue, green jack.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now it's Nix. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Bombers, ready!
Off the play fake. Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Down inside the 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Broncos are pouring it on.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Saints set up.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And got his man complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Here's Nix.
Complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from going up by 40. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Broncos 47, Saints 7.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
Quite make it to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks. It won't hurt their team. It won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something which is wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Watch out now.
Now Rattler. The pass caught by Olave.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's good for the Saints.
Rattler working out of the gun.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson.
And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11
as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So now the Broncos offense will come out here as they'll try to add on 2 more. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Saints 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd.
Right, 97. Check, huh?
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Rattler. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
Hurry! Cycle! 3-3! Red, cycle!
10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Ready!
Rattler going to look to throw again. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
On the ready?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Ready?
Here's Rattler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He completes it to Olave. Fighting his way through contact. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Done good with the extra point.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And running with power here.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Nix. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. We saw this franchise do this back in the 09 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Captain.
To throw is Nix. Now he's going to step up and run.
Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Now Rattler. Throwing out right here. Caught by Olave. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To the air is Rattler. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through it. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing once more. Here's Rattler. Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
97.
That's another Saints.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
That's caught out wide by Cooks.
How did he stay on his feet? And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Brandon Cooks from 21 yards away.
And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Done good with the extra point.
So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Broncos Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
On play action, here's Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
At the 17-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Nix to the air. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos have got it on cruise control.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
They'll go. Here's Rattler.
And this is caught that they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football.
Now it's Nix.
So left side, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Throwing Nix. Now he's going to step up and run.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos extend their lead yet again. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
70, Saints 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Come on, set, hut, hut.
Throwing is Rattler. He'll get that complete to Velo. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Now Rattler. That's taken in left side by Velo. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Ready up. Roll, 52.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On play action, Rattler. He's to the 15. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Brings up second and 4.
Kamara looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll run it with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. I guess they figured they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Done good with the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Here's Nix. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Broncos get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
3-3. Ready. Blue 32. Green jack. Hut.
Rattler wants to throw it. Olave holds it in. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Bonito in there to get him, and is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And that's complete to Cooks. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Rattler working out of the gun. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
A loss of 9 yards. And it's fourth down.
Slide 2.
They run. It's Kamara. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you'll run the ball.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Rattler. And the catch made by Johnson. So they get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be second and a couple. To the air once more is Rattler. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Done good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they?
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
On the ball. On the ball.
It's a gain of 11.
52.
And the Saints first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Blue, 32. Set.
From the gun, here's Rattler. To the right side, he's got Velo.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
3
yards. That's good for a Saints. First down.
Back to throw again. This is caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Coming left is Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jahdae Barron. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just... He's got a man! Complete! And all the way down to the 42. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Seal, black. Slide through.
To the air is Rattler. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And it's
And the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the double.
3rd and 2.
Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Red, 38. Drill green. Hut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
To throw is Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix.
He'll try and do this himself.
Now he'll throw deep left side.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. They're going. It's Nix. He'll try to do it himself.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
560. Here we go. 50. Yellow. Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now.